Hey guys, welcome to Twin Flame Truth TD. I'm Elle Hari, Twin Flame Alchemist, writer, teacher, and coach. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss the role the twin flame plays. So, I felt when I was in that part of my journey, and everyone basically comes to me at some point, kind of confused, kind of frustrated, kind of, you know, it's not fair. Why do I have to be the one doing all the work when my twin flame is out there, gallivanting around, having fun, not even thinking about it, whatever. Why do I have to do all the work? Well, you might be consciously and intentionally doing the work, but your twin flame also has a job here, and it's a very important job. So let me explain. So your twin flame's job, in a nutshell, is to keep you honest. And I'll get back to the keeping you honest part in a second. But when you think about what is the ultimate goal or reason for this journey, really, I mean, it's the first step of ascension, but what does that even mean? Well, what that means is it's you getting to know and understand and love yourself. It's about loving yourself. And I mean, we hear that all the time. I mean, even outside of the twin flame journey, you got to love yourself, but no one even tells you what that is. Like, what is loving yourself? Is it getting like a spa day or like buying yourself cool shit? I mean, no, loving yourself is energetically shifting closer into alignment with your true self, which is your soul, which is love. So loving yourself is not doing anything in terms of that we think is like a loving act, right? It's not that. Loving yourself is being yourself. It's being love. But in order to shift energetically closer into your soul, yourself, love, you really do need to be able to identify yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to know every part of yourself. And so what goes on, I mean, as human beings, we tend to like shadow parts of ourselves. We deny parts of ourselves. And my teacher called that the denied shadow part of ourselves. And so that denied part of ourselves, and it's not like we do it consciously. It's not like we sit there and be like, oh, I don't like this part of myself. I'm going to like not even think about it. I mean, I'm sure people can do that, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's not stuff that, you even consciously are aware of until, and this is where your twin flame comes in, until your twin flame comes in. What happens at soul recognition, the moment that your soul recognizes itself, and again, this is totally on the subconscious soul level, so you don't have to consciously even know when this happened, but it's the moment that your energy became activated, the same energy that you and your twin flame are, the same exact energy became activated, and it started to build up, and that's when those polarities, the push and the pull, started to form. And so they start to build up, and that build up is that high that you felt, that your resident addict junkie push energy felt, the highest high of its life on its drug of choice, your physical form of your twin flame. That buildup was amazing, and you guys were together like magnets, right? But then all of a sudden, it just reaches a tipping point where you repel, right? And so that's when the push-pull starts going into effect. Well, the reason for that is that pull of your twin flame is the denied shadow part of yourself. So every time that your twin flame comes in physically into your physical existence, and you interact physically, that they are coming in for one reason only. This is the job. They have a job to do when they come in. The only reason they come in, I mean, at least the first until you're fully balanced regarding them. But for this point of the journey, anytime they come in, it's to show you the denied part of yourself. You may have heard twin flames referred to as mirrors. This is not entirely accurate. Because a mirror, you would reflect exactly back to you, right? Say this is a mirror and you put your hand up to it. Well, your reflection hand is going to touch your hand, right? With the twin flame mirror, there's a mirror, but then say you put your hand up to it, but your twin flame is going to pull away. That's, because it's the push-pull. But they are a mirror in the sense that they do reflect back not your exact reflection that you're showing, but your denied secret shadow part of yourself that you didn't even know existed. That is the role of the twin flame. That is why this whole thing is even happening. That is the point. For you to love yourself, for you to make your first step of ascension, and to do that, you must know yourself. You can't love what you don't know and what you don't understand. Because what is love? Love is acceptance without judgment. And how can you accept something if you don't even know that it's there? Right? And so that is the job that your twin flame plays. Not intentionally, not consciously. They're not sitting here watching this and, saying, oh, let me do that. They don't even know they're doing it because they wouldn't even know how to do it. It's not something you consciously do. And that's where the keeping you honest part comes in. Because you know this. Your twin flame doesn't, but now you do. So you have no other choice but to notice it, to really take notice the next time that you interact physically with your twin flame. And they come in, and then all of a sudden, you start, maybe you feel good for like a little while, whatever, but then all of a sudden, they'll start to pull back. Because why? They're showing you by pulling back that there is something there that you need to balance. Every time your twin flame pulls, it's showing you and revealing a part of you that needs more balancing. And again, it's not intentional. The twin flame is not even pulling away from you intentionally. It's all just the energy. But the energy has to keep pulling until you balance out that push. And so every time the pull happens, and it happens, it manifests, a lot of, whenever you interact with your twin flame, it's manifesting and showing you. You need to honestly look at it and be like, okay, instead of getting all pissed off or all like upset and be like, oh, my twin flame ghosted me again, or what an asshole, or, he's such a narcissist and he's a drug addict and like whatever else. Instead of blaming whatever else could be there, it's you need to take responsibility. This is the whole point and the reason and the job that the twin flame has is for you to then look at that and be like, oh, my twin flame pulled away. My twin flame's ghosting me again. Where do I need to balance here? What thoughts am I having about that? Oh, I'm having thoughts before, I was worried that he would do it again because he did it before. Well, okay. Well, that's something I need to balance out. So that's something that I need to take that thought and I just need to tell it, over and over again, no matter how many times I have it, that look, hey, that's okay. That's not a problem. I just need to balance you out. As long as I don't believe that that's a bad thing, that the twin flame is just doing their job, that this is actually a good thing because it's showing me the parts of myself that I need to balance in order for the twin flame and I to come together physically, permanently, and also for me to make it so that we can both love ourselves, love each other unconditionally, be ourselves, which is love, which is our soul, and make our first step of ascension, which is the whole entire point of this twin flame journey, right? So it's all about looking at yourself because your twin flame is showing you yourself. It's not about what your twin flame is saying, doing, thinking, feeling around in like the physical world, other third parties involved, or what they're saying to you or telling you is going on. They don't know this is going on. They're just showing you by the energy, by the thoughts and feelings that come in. What thoughts are coming in for you? What are you believing about those thoughts? And how do we balance them out? Because that's the fear that you need to balance. And that only comes in as you interact with your twin flame when your twin flame does come in. Now, I do want to make one disclaimer here. Your twin flame always comes in until you're pretty much balanced regarding your twin flame, and then they'll just stay there. But they keep coming and going, coming and going. Why? Every interaction is to help you balance more. Having said that, you do not need your physical form of your twin flame to balance more. I mean, I'm sure as many of you know, you can go have all these fear-based, crazy thoughts that make you feel like crap without your twin flame even being, anywhere in your physical presence, right? They could have already ghosted you or blocked you or whatever. And you could still be having these awful thoughts. So you can balance them yourself. You don't need your twin flame to show you them. But once you get to a point where you're feeling awesome or whatever, guess who tends to show up? The twin flame. And why at that point? Why? Because it's your soul bringing them in, because your soul knows you're ready again to see more of yourself that you've denied, to accept and love more of yourself. And that is the role that the twin flame plays. And that's why they come and go. They come and go throughout this journey, because as you balance more, your soul is not going to let you stay in that complacent place of meh for very long. Something else has to happen to stir it all up again, because you need to learn more about yourself, more about this fear-based energy that you need to balance. And, that can also happen not just by your twin flame coming in. It can happen, during celestial events can bring it on, such as moon phases and equinoxes and solstices and eclipses, things of that nature. It can happen from triggers when you least expect it. I mean, there's very many other ways that, obviously these fear-based thoughts can happen. Anytime you feel like crap, that's a fear-based thought, right? So regarding your twin flame. So, that's something to balance. But it's all about being honest with yourself. Instead of like looking out of yourself and blaming your twin flame or blaming this other person or doing this, look within. That's the answer. And that's how you get to your twin flame. And that's what your twin flame is there to show you, whether they know it or not, because they don't. But, and you don't have to know it. That's fine. That's perfect. They're just doing their job unintentionally. And it's perfect, because that just shows how your soul works. And it's perfect. And that's what your soul is doing, working for you for the highest good of you. And of course, your twin flame. And that's always for the energy to be balanced out and transmute it into love. And you shift closer into alignment with your soul, which is love, and which is also your twin flame. Now, because I said anyone whose twin flames aren't physically here, incarnated, or died, or whatever, don't freak out. This work is still meant to be done by you. That's why you're on this journey, for a reason. Like I said, you do not need the physical form of your twin flame to do this. You can still, people we saw are still balancing every thought we get. But the twin flame does come in to help you balance. That's why they do come in, and they keep coming in, right? Until you balance more and more and more, until you're pretty much balanced, as much as you need to be for them to stay there and to keep leaving, should you choose to still have them there. So I hope that helps clarify things for you guys, and I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Twin Flame Truth TV. Lots of love.